Tomorrow is the last day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival at Flemington. And for those of us in the media, trying to back a winning story is every bit as difficult as picking the winner on Cup Day itself. But this year the planets aligned for the ABC's Tracy Hutchison. She spent the past month following the fortunes of Barry Pang, one of the part owners of a 6-year-old stallion called Fiorente.
Guys, most important is the coordination between the hand and feet. How you fit everything together.
A kung fu school in suburban Melbourne is a long way from the riches of Australia's premier horse race.
Okay, I'm creating a path here so that I can strike through.
But after 4 decades pioneering martial arts training in Australia, racehorse owner Barry Pang knows the value of timing and position.
But the power comes from our legs and hips. Well, I think martial arts is something I started with. This became from a hobby to a business, and then using those principles that I learnt in that business time applied to horse racing, which was another one of my hobbies. Looks fantastic.
As part owner of Melbourne Cup favourite Fiorente, Barry Pang is in good company. Well, Barry, here he is, the horse of the moment, Fiorente, trained by the wonderful Gai Waterhouse. Is it a winning combination?
Oh, I think so, yes. Obviously, everyone in Australia thinks so. He's the red-hot favourite at the moment after his run in the Cox Plate. You know, everyone's got his name on their list.
Growing up in Australia in the 1960s, Barry was the only student in class with Chinese parents, and he learned at an early age to straddle the cultural divide.
I think in Australia is one of the most important things, sport. I think when you're a kid, if you're smart, they call you a nerd, or they have all sorts of names, brain, etc. But if you're good at sport, you become a hero at school. So if you can mix in sport, you make a lot of friends, and you become one of the in crowd.
And sport is in the blood for the Pangs. The great Bruce Lee is a maternal relative.
Bruce Lee made Asians acceptable in the Western culture. Unlike other actors that were famous, everyone wanted to be Bruce Lee rather than just admire him.
Now Barry Pang's son Chris is making his own mark in Hollywood.
Well, I wish he's probably following small footsteps, but you know, it's a dream of his as well to perform, and hopefully he'll get the chance to do that in Hollywood.
If you can live the dream here, Gai.
But as Cup Day loomed, it was a different kind of showbiz taking centre stage. Winning the Melbourne Cup, what would it mean for you as a Chinese Australian? It would be a bit of history for you. What would it mean for you?
Well, we'd be the first. I mean, obviously Dato Ching Nam's won it, but he's not an Australian Chinese. So being Australian Chinese in our #1 sport in Australia, it'd mean a great deal, and it'll be a great achievement.
The dream result looked doubtful at the home turn, with Fiorente toward the rear of the field. But the rest, as they say, is now Melbourne Cup history.
Fiorente started to come home hard, and then came Super Cool and fought it down the outside. It's Fiorente in front on the outside with Red Cano. Fiorente and Red Cano from Mount Ethos. Fiorente just in front of Red Cano, who's coming back. Fiorente by a neck. Oliver's lifting him, and Fiorente won the Melbourne Cup for Gai. Red Cano second, Mount Ethos third. 7 on Red fourth, and Dendino fifth.
I congratulate the connections of Fiorente for a magnificent win in the 2013 Melbourne Cup.
Just describe this moment, Barry.
Oh, I can't really, you know, just I'm pinching myself. I just can't describe it, you know, could never.
I think it's a dream coming true and true and true.
Well, that East-West connection has paid off today at Flemington.
Oh, yes, it's fantastic, and you know, we're all in the same world, and we're all brothers everywhere.
How good is your horse, Fiorente?
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, on the turn, we thought he had no chance. He was caught behind horses, and Damien, you know, his ride was fantastic, and you know, and even lost him in the run. She thought we didn't run anywhere. You know, it just came from so far back.
Barry said it was way behind in the midfield, halfway through.
Enjoy the night. Congratulations. What a fantastic result.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks a lot.
Tracy Hutchison backing a winner there in more ways than one.